good evening and welcome back to Rangers Radio. Rangers 1, Aris 1 in a disappointing game at Ibrox. Join myself, Fox, here back the show as Albert. Evening, Albert.
Evening, pal. How are you?
I'm alright, mate. I'm alright. Disappointed. We let ourselves down tonight. Do you want me to go first? Do you want to go first? Or?
Oh, please, you go first, mate.
You need the help, right? If I go through the team tonight, Butland, tick, okay. I thought Tav was very, very quiet. The two centre-halves weren't great at a goal. Sometimes their distribution could be better. Suter brought the ball forward times, but then never made the pass. Ben Davis, a couple of mistakes, but who doesn't in a game of football? They weren't great, they weren't poor. Maybe at fault for the goal. I'd need to watch it back a couple of times. Borna, a couple of decent crosses. Beat his man a couple of times, but the piece wasn't great. And then we move into the problem. I thought that as much as he's not one of my particular favourites, AK mentioned the 4-1-4-1 at times, and you see the problem when you've only got one midfielder and John Lundstrom's got too much ground to cover. Cervantes, Cantwell, Seema, Danilo, Tom Lawrence when he come on, were all awful. And the only shining light tonight was the young boy who scored the goal. And that was it, mate. That was it. Yeah. Matondo was come on, poor decision making. I don't know. We've got poorer since the break, mate. That 2-week break and everybody back. We look. I don't know. We look poorer, mate. We're not creating any chances. I think we needed a goal tonight to win that game. And after we got that goal, we had one half a chance. Yeah, and the one that bounced off Danilo where he should have done better. That was it. And we'll get two centre forwards sitting on the park at the bench. What you thinking of was irrelevant. But Danilo stayed on the park. I don't know, mate. I don't know about the staff. But
it's just horrible, mate. Let's be honest, just horrible. Players that don't look at they've ever played football before. I mean, you're looking at a team that's no team. You're looking at a team that's looked like they've just been thrown together last minute. You use all grab a jersey and play. I know none of you play football, but just go out there and play. That's what it looked like to me. Defence-wise...
Actually said Albert after 10 minutes. I think Campbell's coming off here. I don't know if you noticed he had the big strap up the back of the hamstring, yeah?
He's played with that a few since he came back in, mate. After his injury, he's been playing with that.
And then obviously he done try to do the turn. And lost the ball as the midfield players had run by him, a punt up the park, and they scored. People can blame him, you can blame the central defenders. And then they get took off. I thought the worst in him was Lammers and Cervantes, mate, if I'm being honest.
So it's another one of the games of who was the worst player. You're not picking who was the best player, you're picking who was the worst player.
I think me and you only let other people do these game shows, mate.
It's no good for our health, I'll tell you that right now. Sunday then this, but it was, how do you say? I mean, I don't understand some of the decision making. So they get the ball, you go like, there's a simple pass there, and they just refuse to do the simple pass. You're going, snook up the wing to Seema. Know that he had a great game, but just no. I'm going to cut in, and then I'll cut back out, and then I'll cut in and cut back, and then I'll try and game it now. So just give him the first time. What is all this jinking about? You're not moving anybody. Nobody's going anywhere. You're not doing anything. But they're doing it all the part of making these wrong decisions. Just simple football, mate. It's no difficult. But we seem to make it difficult, and I just can't get it in my head why. I mean, he can't be Clement. It's nothing to do with him. He's as baffled as the rest. He's standing watching these players going, what's this guy doing? But Seamers was shocking tonight, man. And I like that, but he should have been took off at half time. Really, honestly, it was dreadful.
Mate, we didn't have enough. How many subs you allowed? 9, but we didn't have enough subs on the bench to replace all the players that should have come off at half time. You know? I know. See, when we get the goal, mate, you're saying, there's only one winner here. And after that, we hardly had a shot at goal, mate. Their goal never had a safety, mate. Apart from that one at ricocheted off as Danilo. Yeah, when he took it all wrong and it bounced off him and bounced out of the
how many games have we seen like this? The keepers don't. The opposition keeper hardly has a safety, mate. We've seen it time and time and time again. So there's something wrong, fundamentally wrong here. I think it's the players are just simply not good enough. It might be a combination of players, system, whatever. But there's something fundamentally wrong with these players. There's just, it's dreadful. It's dreadful, mate.
Well, we think we've got too many number 10s. Turn out we haven't got any.
I know. I could put them all together and make a number 10. Or add up to number 10 at least. But there's the goal that we lost, right? Cantwell loses the ball for no good reason. He could have passed it to Lammers, but he doesn't want to do that. He wants to do this pirouette and whatever he's trying to do. I don't know what he's trying to do, but whatever it is, it didn't come off. He loses the ball and one punt out of the. Does these defenders not know how to play offside, mate? Our defenders just, no, I don't know how to do that. They just step forward. One step forward and the guy's offside. No. We'll just let him run between the two areas. And Davis played a bit deeper than Suter. I don't know if that was instructions or what it was, but it didn't work anyway because that guy was like lightning. And it's great to see a player that can actually run away from defenders. Our players can't run away.
I did say that before half time, before the show, mate, before the game, didn't I? But they had pace up front, yeah.
Oh, they'll definitely get pace up front, man. And it is proper pace. It's no kid on pace. It is proper pace. If they get by you, they're gone. You ain't catching them. Nobody in our team's catching them. But there you go. We're supposed to have pace in Matondo and Seamer. Big Seamer. Where's his pace went? He can't get by a player now. Just cannot get by a player.
No,
that's two games now.
Matondo come on, and the flying machine, yeah.
He nearly blew the game for us. He nearly lost the game for us. He's bringing the ball down and losing the ball at our 18-yard box. I'm saying, what are you doing, you clown? Your job's up the park. What are you doing there? Right, well, anyway, so many things wrong that you could be here all night just talking about the mistakes in the game. Sorry, mate.
Right, we better get these phone lines open, mate, yeah?
Aye, why then?
Right, here, if you're looking at that cupboard there, mate, there's a flak jacket and a hard hat.
I tell you, I hope there's some sleeping pills as well. I'm not getting any sleep tonight. I'm not going to play that game out on my head again.
Let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
I don't know where to start. I don't know who was the most disappointment. Dav was poor. Lama, Civientes, the Cantwell effort, your right Seamer, Danilo, Tom Lawrence and Matondo, come on. It just, I don't know.
One point, McCausland, that was it. And Big Butland never did today either.
Yeah.
And that was it, mate. That was it. The rest of them, Davis, okay. Big Suter tried. Couple of good headers away, but the goal was the goal. You know what I mean? Two fullbacks. I don't know what Clement's trying to do with these two fullbacks. You know what I mean? Because he's not going to let them go up the park.
Sorry, this person can't answer at the moment.
They're totally useless. They're totally useless. They can't defend. Did you see the guy getting by Carv tonight? He just walked by him if he wasn't there. And I'm saying, oh, Christ's sake, they just can't defend. That's it. So if you're not going to get them going up forward because they're stronger going forward, well, what we're playing them for? They're useless, totally useless, the two of them. But they weren't the only ones tonight.
No.
Cifuentes, how long does that boy want on a ball? He falls asleep on the ball. I mean, I'm going, you joking? You're kidding me on, son. You're wanting that amount of time on the ball? No chance. There's not a league in the world, Elijah, that amount of time on the ball that he's looking for.
I'm going to put you on the spot, all there.
Yep.
Right. Usually you go for man of the match. Who was the worst player?
The worst player?
Mm-hmm.
The worst player?
You can come back to me anyway. We've been joined by Derek. Evening, Derek.
Aye, how you doing, Ox? You okay,
mate? I jumped for joy, mate. What about that, mate?
It was pretty awful. bouncing off the back of Aberdeen and then having that result, I'm starting to lose a bit of the, like, and I know it's quite early, but like we've done this before with Gio and we've done it with Beale, where we have the new manager bounce and we perform well domestically and in Europe, and then we just fade away again. It just seems a bit like Groundhog Day where we're doing the same thing again.
We need about 80% of the players we need 80% new players, mate. It's becoming more and more obvious.
How do you do that with a club the size of Rangers and 2 transfer windows with one guy, though? We make money.
You've got Butland, you've got maybe a boy that'll maybe come in and out and give you a turn as he develops, McCausland. You might have 1 or 2 other successes. And then you've got to slowly clear the ranks, mate. You know, players need to move on. The ones that maybe contracts are up need to move on. People have to come in. You're not doing it in one window, Albert.
No, I mean, you're not going to do it. This is going into this will be the 3rd window, let's be honest, because last summer we get rid of a lot of draws last summer, you would remember. All the players all out of contract. The majority of them didn't. The only thing want to get a contract was Jack, actually. So we got rid of about 9 players then. Now we're getting into this window. It's and you know yourself, you're not going to get rid of anybody this window, because the ones that are out of contract, nobody's coming in to sign these players. Nobody is coming in to sign these players. The ones that are out of contract, I'm talking about. So it'll be the summer. So you're going to look about, I would reckon, about 4 or 5 players out of contract this summer, and they all can go. And then you're looking at the ones you want to actually sell to generate some money. So I would reckon there's going to be another 8 or 9, 8, 9, maybe even 10 players going out this summer. But you can't keep doing this, mate. It's not a way to build a team. You can't build a team like this. Keep clearing the decks, because eventually you've got to build a solid unit of a team and then add to it maybe 1 or 2 players a year, and then over a 5-year period you'll find that the squad is naturally turning over nicely, and you keep it strong and you're winning things and you're moving forward. But what we're doing is this big clear out all the time, and a guy, I listened to one of the podcasts the other night there, and a guy came out and put it excellent. He's saying, I'm sick of watching English Championship graded players masquerading as Rangers players. And he's right, mate. That's what we've got, mate. That's what we've got. And it needs to change. And you can't make some of these players into good players. It just doesn't happen, mate. It's just the way it is. But
give your thoughts, Derek.
Like, I agree with what you're saying, that we kind of keep clearing the decks every time a new manager comes in, so whether it's Gio or Beale or Clement, but we didn't have a Pep Guardiola where you have a capstone, a management genius to start the whole cause and effect relationship that then creates a good defence, a good midfield, a good attacking team that can then pick them off. Do you think that, like, as much as Clement did all right at the beginning, is this no symptomatic of what we've been here before? We've heard the philosophies. It's physicality, mentality, tactical, technical. We've heard all the variations in different languages, from Beale to Gio, and we've heard all the philosophies, but we've not actually seen the competency reflected on the park in the forms of trophies. Are we going to have to concede the league this year? Do we have to look at the Aberdeen result, the Limassol result, and say, this guy is not pulling it off this year? Like, do we have to concede that we might even lose the cup against Aberdeen? Do we?
No.
Is Clement really, is he really the guy to push us forward, or is he another mishire?
I don't think he's got any blame at the moment, mate, to get his own players. Listen, you could argue that he might have made the wrong substitution, picked the wrong team, but you still get the same set of cards till he starts to get his own cards and pick them. We can't really judge them. You might, if you want to put anyone on the manager, this is how I see it, all be 10% on the manager, 90% on the players.
Just to get Derek's point, Derek, we can't keep blaming managers. The common denominator here is these players. You cannot keep blaming managers. There's no managers. The 3 managers we have had so far. Beale might have been the wrong appointment, but Van Bronckhorst took you to a Europa Cup final and won a Scottish Cup. And now we've got this guy, and the guy's in 5 weeks, and we're now questioning the credentials of this guy. It's not. I'm behind Clement right to the very end now, mate, right to the end, because I've had enough of these players. Every big game they let you down. Every time they get put on any pressure, they let you down. I'm watching the same players playing at the same speed, and the speed that they're playing at is no good enough. It's simply no good enough. So no, I'm with Clement all the way this time. I'm not wanting to manage sack ever again.
What I will tell you is, face of all, there was only 3 players on that park. That's how many players. Yeah.
Say that again?
There's only 3 players on that park that played in Seville. If you go back, what was that, 18 months ago?
Yeah.
There's only 3 players, Lundstrom, Tav and Borner. Yeah, 2 of them, their contracts are up this season. Anyway, come back to Derek in a minute. We've enjoyed Big Mucker. Big Stevie, how are we doing, big man?
Brand new, boys, brand new. Listen, Dream Team Wednesday yesterday, I said, and you kind of had a wee laugh about it. I said I wouldn't have played Cantwell, I'd have played the boy McCausland before him the night. Can I tell you something, guys? He needs to sharpen his pencil, the boy Cantwell. He tried to play fancy football and get caught, and they nearly get change out. The next time he does it, tries fancy footwork again, and they get down the park to score for it. And he was, by the way, it could have been him, Cervantes or Lammers. Any one of the 3 could have got took half the first half. They were absolute dire, and they weren't alone too. As the game went on, oh dear. Can I just say something? I'm totally and utter. I knocked back a sausage supper. There you go. I knocked back a sausage supper with a pickle. I'm telling you, I'm absolutely livid. See that Rangers team? I've been going on about Cantwell for weeks now. I don't see what people see in him. He's like a petulant wee schoolboy with a pink hairband and he needs to sharpen his pencil hawks. He really does. And I'm not just getting at him. There was a lot of woeful people on that part last the night. I'm telling you now, I mentioned it last night to you. Cantwell needs to be left out that team and brought back. He needs to be spoken to or something. There's something not right with the boy. We know he's playing out of position. We know he's a number 10. It's a team game. He's asked to do a job. If he bangs his chest, kisses the badge, he'll do the job. See this sulking about and walking about, it's no good for me. And Cervantes, he was a box-to-box player. Who signed him? Stevie Wonder? Must have been blind signing him. How long does he want on a ball? I've seen Milk turning quicker. And Lammers, my. Would have even, they missed the next round and they would have been into the last 16 with this new thing that's coming out, and they blew the chance. And I'm off my grub, and that's all I'm going to say. There's a lot of people need to look in mirrors the night after that performance, and the big manager should just rip the heart out of that team in January if he possibly can. But I'll tell you the news. Oh man, Seaman tonight are always the greatest. And it was like, you could go on and on. Boys, I'm just moaning at the fact that what an opportunity. The man came over across the city. They can't do the business full stop. So you win the night, you're through. We're all happy and we've got the bragging rights. Now look at us. Absolutely disgraceful, man. Some of them need to look in the mirror. Now, I'll leave it at that before I get into things that end up losing the plot. Boys, I don't know what you think, but Connie, please tell me Todd Cantwell is a shadow of the player that I seen at the end of last season. People can make excuses up about he's not playing in the right position. It's a team game. He's got to go and do a job. That's what he's asked to play. And see, he kisses the badge and he pumps his chest and he tells us he loves it. He would do it.
You're on a rant now. You're starting to repeat yourself. I know it's an age thing, but you're right. Can
I just say something? The best bit of the game tonight was the card display with the Union Bells. There you go. And Lee McCausland coming on and getting his goal.
Yes. Goal.
Yep, I agree. Concur. Right, good night, God bless. Okay, boys, I'll let you go and carry on with it.
Cheers.
See you later, mate.
Good night, all bear. Cheers, mate. Bye.
All bear. usually you can put up a defence. He's right. There's a problem with Cantwell. We spoke about it on Sunday. You know, I don't know if they look and they see. I mean, Lawrence, he come on. He was equally as bad as Cifuentes and Lammers, and that takes some doing, mate.
They all want to do. They all want to play a certain way. Cantwell wants on the ball and doing fancy tricks or other plays for no good reason. Lammers wants an extra touch every time, and what you call him, Lawrence just looks way off the pace, way off the pace, mate. And this is your creative players. These are the ones that are supposed to be really making a difference in the team, especially when you're attacking. And there's nothing. Now you've got big seamers on the wing. You can't get by anybody. I don't know where his paces went to. And then you've got Cantwell on the. You've got wee Danilo up the front, just running about, closing the goalkeeper down brilliantly. But that's about it. He's not getting any chances. He had one header that he might have done better with, maybe done better with. But that's it. That's what the guy's got to work with. It's not right, mate. There's just something not right. And so what do you call him? Clement needs to work it out. And I feel sorry for the guy because I think he's already worked it out. I think he's sitting going like that. How am I going to get some? If he knew at the end of the season he needs to get a tune out of these players, and he needs to get them in a competitive mood.
It starts on Sunday. Anyway, we've been joined by James from Surrey. Evening, James.
Hello, boys.
How you doing, pal?
Well, another disappointing night, I suppose. I cannot disagree with everything I've heard so far, but what a ray of joy, a ray of light. Young McCausland coming on and having such an impact very, very quickly when he did come on. I thought he was fantastic, that boy. And you've got to look at it and say to yourself, what's the difference between that young boy and all the players that we've got?
I would say the big difference with that young boy is he's one of us, mate. Means something to him. He might not be perfect.
Enthusiasm.
He's
got enthusiasm. He's got an appetite for the game. Some of these players in there have no. Lammers has not got an appetite for football, let alone that game. He's just not got an appetite for football. Cantwell's want to show off all the time. Lawrence is out fit. I don't know what's happened to Seamer. He's just fell off a cliff. I don't know what's happened to him at all. Cifuentes wants a fortnight in the ball. John Lundstrom's no a midfield player in that position. I keep telling you that he's too slow of thought. Tav had a shocker tonight, an absolute shocker. Your two central defenders get caught at the goal. But apart from that, they've done reasonably all right. Butland had nothing to do. Barisic is Barisic. He gets himself tangled into some awful messes, but he threw in a couple of nice crosses in it. And then you're looking at the bench and you're saying, right, do you know what annoys me with that bench? I might say that earlier on. None of them are champing at the bit to go on. None of them are the assistant manager saying, am I getting on here or going out and warming up in front of the manager and show, put me on. They're happy sitting in there with blankets and coats on. They're sitting going, none of these went on. I don't get it. If it was me, I'd be champing at the bit to go on.
No. I mean, what does it say? Obviously, I mean, Dessers and Ruth, a minute ago, I thought I would have put one of them on, you know. Because Danilo, it wasn't his night. I'm being kind when I say that, Derek. It wasn't his night. I'm being kind to him. I thought he was poor.
With Danilo, aye. But to be fair, Danilo he wasn't terrible, he wasn't great, but pointing out individual players for scrutiny doesn't work. So you say like waving the flag for Ross McCausland and saying he's a breath of fresh air, he's coming on. But if he's not playing in a team that wins and a team that is performing, it doesn't really matter all that much. Although he does perform, you need other people alongside him who are got that same intensity, that same tempo. And if they've not got that, it just doesn't work. But the point was the Philippe Clement thing is hearing different philosophies for different managers echoed in these different chambers press conferences, and ultimately they don't make any difference. Beale was fired on the games he didn't perform in. the two games we needed to win were the Aberdeen game and the Limassol game. And I'm not saying judge Clement on that because he's left with the same players, but like if you want to have any respect for Clement, it will be in February when he makes hard decisions about shite players and good decisions about good players. Like, do you think there needs to be a radical change and it needs to be done quickly rather than waiting for a whole season conceding a Premier League?
The problem you've got is, Jumpy, sorry, but the problem you've got is, I think we'll get 8 players out of contract. You're stuck with them. If they decide they're no moving in January and they're staying to the end of the contract, you're stuck with them with their wages. Some of the other ones that you might want to leave might not leave. That's the hardest thing in football, modern football now. Albeit is getting rid of players.
You've not got it's not in your hands, put it away. It's not in your hands. So we're kidding ourselves on saying we might want rid of them, but they've got all the cards, they've got all the aces. If they don't want to go, they're not going to go. And let's be honest about it. People at Lundstrom are already saying he'd like to get another contract and finish his career at Ibrox. I bet you would, because he knows I'll never play for a club this size or this good ever again in the rest of my career. This is a highlight of my career, and a lot of them that's left have realised this was the highlight of their career and they messed it up. So
Jim's back ways, Albert. All right, Jim. Right.
Aye, Oxshire.
Yeah, you're going to have to put money in your phone, mate.
Well, I don't know. I mean, the last 3 occasions, the phone's gone off and it says something about an international call. So I don't know how that works. I don't know. Something about an international call sort of cuts me out, you know?
I don't know, mate. I don't know, but right, going back to your point, Jim, before I bring Blue Star in.
Yeah. I think I was talking about young McCausland before I was very rudely cut off. I look at all the young boys that we've got at the team, and Lowry is another one that stands out. We've got Devine. We've also got some others. You know, King might not be right up to it, but the others have shown really good promise. And Clement, he's come in and he has seen what he wants. He's seen the players that he thinks are going to make a difference. And he took Cantwell off the night. And I think he took Cantwell off the night because he blamed him for causing that goal, for not doing a job that he wanted him to do. And Cantwell lost the ball. He lost the ball a couple of times when he was playing, trying to be a wee bit too tricky, trying to be a little bit better than he should be. Lost the ball a couple of times, and finally he lost that ball, which led to the goal. And Clement has just said, "I've had enough. You're coming off." And he put young McCausland on, and the boy made a difference. Which, to me, it looks like Clement is. He knows. He's just got it, and he knows that what we need in a team, and we need to give Clement the time to bring his own players in because he sees the problems.
That's going to be judged, Jim. You're spot on. Anyway, we've been joined by Blue Star. Evening, Blue Star.
Here's the problem.
Yeah, I'll come back to you, Jim. Evening, Blue Star.
Okay.
Evening, Ox. Evening, rest of the guys, all bearing that. Ox, just same as everybody else, just gutted. 2 games we had to win, and we didn't just no play well. We were absolute, just rank rotten all over the park. Ox, see, the thing I'm absolutely baffled with, I've just heard our manager get interviewed after the game there. And the first thing she says to him, along with Ali and McInnes, she says, "Listen," she says, "can you set something straight?" She says, "Why did you take Cantwell off?" She says, "You heard what the fans thought." He says, "Yes, I understand that." He says, "But he was asked to play in the wing," he says, "because we need width." He says, "and he started cutting inside." He says, "and I told him not to do that." Now, straight away, we all know that. He's never a winger billion year. And I'll say this and all. I don't think McCausland's an out-and-out winger either, Ox. I don't. But what's baffling me, we've all spoke about it, we're blue in the faces, that Cantwell can't play out in the ring, the right. So put him inside, take Lammers off. I'm sorry, Albert's bang on. Lammers and Seema tonight, exact same as Sunday. Seema was ranked rotten. He never went by a player the whole night. I'm only picking on him simply because our managers turned around and said he needed width. I don't see where the width was. So I'm looking at it and I'm going, right, fine, you can blame certain players for having a stinker. 2 games in the trot we had to win, and 2 games in the trot, even were so-called established players, none of them get past marks again.
No,
that's the 2 games we had to win. I just don't get it, Ox. I don't, and that's the first time I've heard you in the last number of years, and you actually had it spot on when you turned around and said, we've got a mass squad of players there that we all know now simply shouldn't be at our club. What do we do? Because we can't just kick them all out the door. Albert mentioned we get rid of a wad there in the summer. Aye, but unfortunately, most of the ones that we get rid of were actually doing something for us, and the ones that have replaced them are even worse. It's an absolute catastrophe. It's a shambles. It really is. We can't dress this up anymore.
Yeah, but that's no Clement. That's no Clement's fault.
No,
I never said. No, we know it's no Clement. It's where we are as a club. We've got a squad. The guys having to work with a squad of players that, quite frankly, a miracle man couldn't make them into a team. They're not a football team. It's as simple as that. Can't kick ourselves on anymore.
Put it to you this way, Blue Star. Who in that midfield today? Because that's, well...
Absolutely, Ox. No pace, no drive, nothing. They couldn't even pass the ball to our own players. And that's where you've got to have the drive. That's what pushes your team on. We don't have any drive whatsoever. Lawrence comes on. I would give him by pass marks. I would. Once come at least try, but we know he's slow. And either side of him, Cifuentes and Lawrence, Cantwell, you can get through the whole lot of them. There's no pace in any of them. I just don't get it. Your midfield's your engine room, and we don't have an engine.
I thought Lawrence was equally as bad as the boys that was on the park. That took some doing all there.
That's at an all-time low there, didn't he? It's right. Bless that's right. There isn't any engine in any forwards as well. When the forwards all play, when one plays bad, they all seem to play bad. But going forward, I don't know. I mean, I feel sorry for the manager. I really do feel sorry. And he's right about Cantwell. I mean, if he's giving him instructions to play in the wing, play in the wing. Keep us wide. That Grealish does it for Man City. He doesn't like it, but he's been told to stay out there, and he stays out there. Now, if that's what Clement's told Cantwell today, he's got to follow the orders of the gaffer. He's got to say, I'm going to play out here.
Did you see Taff having a go at him because he was left exposed because Cantwell was away in the middle in the first, I was going to say the first half. He get took off, but the two guys on the left.
He's a maverick, mate. He wants to be a maverick. That's the way he wants to play. But Clement's no building a team for mavericks. He's building that. He's going to build a Rangers team that's hard to beat, mate. Really hard to beat. Yeah. That's the way you win things, mate. You've got to be really hard to beat first and foremost. Sorry having all this flair and attacking football, but if you're letting goals in left, right and centre, you're not going to win much. So he's going to build this team. You maybe like it. He's going to build it like Walter Smith built his team. He's going to build a team hard to beat. And Cantwell doesn't fit that mould. He just doesn't, mate. And I like Cantwell. I do like Cantwell as a player because he does get you off your seat. But he's not going to fit in a Clement team. I'll tell you that right now.
Apart from that first half against Prague, mate, he's not kicked the ball all season.
No, he has not, mate. He has not.
Anyway, we've also been joined by Bob Chair. Evening, Bob Chair.
Well, I'll say it's evening, but certainly not a good evening. I'll just echo on what the rest of the guys say. There's people there and they've just no got it. They shouldn't be playing for Glasgow Rangers. I'm not going to name individuals, you know them all. But I'll say this stage, it's the majority of the squad that shouldn't be playing with Rangers. How this man's going to turn this around at the moment is beyond me. I don't know. Because I've got faith in him. I've said it on the show of the weeks. I mean, I've got total faith in the man. I believe he can do it. But he's got a look in his face as if to say, what the hell is this I've got myself, isn't he? I didn't care when he's got that impression with him. But because tonight, I mean, I've watched Rangers with a wee laddie, and I'm 73-year-old, and that's one of the worst performances I've ever seen. There you go. That's how highly I rate the performance tonight.
I think the problem is we know that team's very average, and that's the frustration. Most are.
Yeah. Absolutely, Ox. Spot on, mate, 100%. That team's well below average. And did you not notice a thing? It was alarming for me, even over and above that. See, even the subs they were bringing on near the end of the game, even when they were getting on the ball and when they weren't on the ball, they were at least running all over the park. Our players aren't running. They're not running. They're actually standing. The amount of times Lammers and Lawrence, the amount of times Tav, and I gave Tav his due tonight. I did see him shouting at quite a few of them. Not that it made any difference, right enough, but he was shouting at them. He kept telling them to push, but they're stoning at Ox. None of them are moving into spaces. The wee boy comes on, and let's not kid ourselves on here. I felt sorry even for wee McCaustin. I'm glad he get the goal, certainly. But we're relying on a wee young skinny boy. I mean, that's putting it nicely. And he's having to come on and try and show these maverick flipping multi-millionaires that we've made them millionaires. It's absolutely embarrassing.
Yeah,
it's just not acceptable. They players, they're not getting a monkey's ox. I'm saying it. They're not. You're looking at them and they're not even running about half of them. We can't accept that. That's how the fans are booing tonight. They're not booing at the manager. They're booing at the players. They're no Rangers players. Nowhere near it. Nowhere near it.
Right. There's other people here, right? Cheers, mate. Derek, how do we sort this out?
Well, the first thing is the Cantwell thing. Like, under Michael Beale when he came in January and he performed for 6 months, which was great. But there's a pattern of behaviour that was repeated in Norwich where he performed for 6 months, went AWOL, got injured, started bickering, started in social media stuff, and then re-performed again 6 months after that. Like, one of the fears with Campbell is that he does definitely have the talent, but his application, he just might have behavioural instead means that when he's depressed, he doesn't play. And when he's on the upswing, he does play. And when you look at the Norwich interviews and the podcast he did recently and that type of thing, this swing in his performance is no new thing. It's no new to Rangers. It was known by Norwich. And I think you could slam him in a 10 position. I don't think it'll make any difference.
If you do it form again, that's a fair comment. But what I will say is, we're all a certain vintage and we could do better than Lammers is doing it there, and arguably Savienka's all better.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Cantwell. We've already spoken about Lammers. Come on. I mean, that first half especially, was he actually touched the ball? Cifuentes. I mean, I've never seen a player want that amount of time on the ball, no professional level anyway. I mean, I couldn't believe how slow that boy is. Saying, you're kidding me on, son. You really seriously, you want that amount of time in the ball? And then he's, they took the ball off me. Oh, well, I'll run about now and try and get it back. And he's no pace, as they bought Blue Star said, no pace, absolutely no pace whatsoever. And I'm saying, oh, Christ, here we go again. Our passing was woeful. Our attitude was woeful. There's too many of them like this. There's something seriously wrong with this club at the moment with these players. What is happening at Auchenhowie? Do they think they're undrappable? We're just going to do what we want to do? Because they've done it with, Van Bronckhorst. They've done it with Beale, and now they're going to try and do it with Clement. And I hope Clement proved tonight he's not going to be messed about. He's shown them, and I think this is a message to the rest of them. He pulls Cantwell off.
Yes.
I'm not going to be messed about here. Forget about this. I'll just go along with you. It's his way of the road, mate. It's out the door, you're gone. And I respect him for that, mate. I do respect him for that. You've got to have authority, and you've got to see your authority implemented on that team. You've got to plan to play for him. If you don't want to play for him, bugger off then. And I'm with him 100%, mate.
Yeah.
I get that. We can argue all day whether you think Cantwell's the number 10, but if the manager gives you a role, Blue Star, you don't dare.
Oh, that's in a nutshell. And he's probably right in what he's saying. He's making an object lesson of him to try and get through to the rest of them. But unfortunately, it's going through the whole. It doesn't seem to matter whatever 11 he's putting on. That's 2 full games in the trot when they've had a good fortnight, 3 weeks off, and they've came back. They look lethargic, no pace whatsoever. Even the guys that we were getting something out of, they've all turned the same way. There's nothing out of any of them. 2 games in the trot where we've not even had most of our team getting pass marks. The guy, I mean, you seen it, the cameras are wide on, we're managed the night, and you see it in his face, Ogber's bang on. He's looking at it and he's going, what am I watching here? What do I do? What does he do? Because he hasn't got players out with the ones he's put on. Ox, and you're right what you said, because the squad of players he's got, he hasn't got better to put on. There's players there that are playing every week simply because there's nobody pushing them. There's nobody there in the background that can even push them, so that's where we are. How he gets a response out of this lot now, I do not know. I really don't.
Anyway, we'll be enjoying. This should be good. Get that flat jacket on. Evening, Jim.
That's a pie, man. It's a pie, man.
How are we doing, mate?
Not doing very well. I'm just in for the game after watching. I'm just listening to you there, man. Spoke last night about the Cantwell situation, and I do think we really have got a problem with him. But I had to laugh when coming back in the motor there, because I know we said you can't point the finger at the manager. He came away with a comment on Radio Scotland, and I don't know if he's played it on here, about Danilo being tired. His wife just gave birth to a kid who, tell me for the one if he knows that he's tired, why is he finishing 90 minutes on that park? If that's the situation. Exactly. Why is he finished the 90 minutes on that park? If his wife just gave birth and he's tired. He's tired. Because
he's tired when his wife's not
good enough.
I'm sorry laughing and joking. For us to be in this situation going out of this earlier is an absolute. I've got to use language here, but I'm not going to use it because too much respect for you guys. It's an absolute disgrace.
Yeah.
Absolute disgrace that we're in this position, by the way. We're only having to go there and win. I mean, I watched the players at the end of the game. I watched the plot of the game, and man, you probably understand. I watched that group of players all standing in the middle of that park, and it was like the one, no, you go first to see what they're going to do. Honestly, absolute embarrassment. A shower of shite bags. That's exactly what they are. I watched that Sequentis, him and Borna Barisic at the back of the group, man, with the heads down, walking around the park, by the way, man. Honest, I'm finished with that group of players. I'm sorry. I'm finished with that group of players. How many managers are they going to get sacked, that group? How many managers are they going to get sacked?
Oh, that's the point that Albert's been making, Albert.
I'm with you, Jim. That's what I keep saying. No more. As far as I'm concerned, Jim.
I'm the same. I'm the same as you, Albert. And it's not an overreaction.
No, it's no. We've got. I believe, and I think he's going to be a good manager. I can't say he's a good manager now because I don't know if he's going to be. But I think he's going to be a good manager, and I'm with him with 100%. And what he done to Cantwell tonight is right. And if that's a sample of what he's going to go forward with, I'm with him all the way, mate. Because these players need stamped on. They need boots up their backsides. I was going to swear there, but they need boots up their backside. They need to be told, no good enough. We need to play. You need to do better, a lot better, by the way.
The voice of man. Wow, man. Oh, what a performance. Unbelievable.
Dreadful. Oh. Absolutely dreadful.
You know, we sit and we have our laughs at that mob playing in Europe, man. Twice. We're a Cypriot team. And we've taken 1 point after them. Nah.
Listen, maybe we know where we're at, but we're at. We know where we're, and we're still going to be in Europe after Christmas, but that's not the point. If you're just critiquing the right, it was awful. Pretty much apart from the centre halves, the same team as against Sparta, and you just didn't see that attitude. Can you put your finger on that? I mean, did we miss Ryan Jack that much, Boyster?
It's an enigma, isn't it? I mean, everyone is. We all know Ryan Jack's not a flying machine. But you've got a point. You take him out of the team and that midfield just falls to pieces. I don't know. I never seen one single player driving all night. I never seen one single player driving. I said it in the Aberdeen game. I know we created chances, but we never actually had anybody driving at them. I've never known a Rangers side where you've got a midfield that nobody can actually go forward with that ball at their feet. I just can't get my head around it. Honestly, I can't. I really don't know what our manager can do here until the players are out the door, and that's going to be, I don't know how he's going to do it. Because what he's got there, I just don't see it for any of them. I really don't, guys.
Oh, in that performance, mate, there was nobody to get past us. Right. Listen, my reception has got a pedicure tomorrow, so we'll just get your last words off you. Eric, last word to you, mate.
Good start for the manager. As Rangers supporters, we shouldn't be gaslighted by any espousal we hear in press conferences, and we should look at important games on the calendar like the Aberdeen Limassol games, and just be wary, just be more cautious moving forward. I think we need to be more cautious moving forward, is what I'd say.
Cheers, mate. Bob, yeah.
Well, I've just listened to the guys, and I've agreed with every single one of them. How a team for the separate league could look technically better than what Rangers are, I don't know. Did you see that boy going by Barisic in the first half? That shows you how fit he is. So, it's done and dusted. On we go to Seville. We're not out of the tournament, but I would say your proverbials out the window, and it shouldn't be. So, I don't know. We'll just have to get better, guys. It's as simple as that. But this group, the buck has stopped. A lot of them have got to go. Thanks very much for having me on, Hawks. All the best, boys.
Cheers. Jim, sorry.
I've listened to everything that's been said, and it's very difficult to disagree with anything that's gone before. The only thing that I would like to say is that I think Clement is the person to do the job, and he's shown that by bringing in McCausland, and it's just a shame he hasn't got Lowry and other young boys that he wants to put in, because if he starts putting these young boys in, I think we're going to have a better team, because the players that we've got at the moment playing every week are just not playing for the Rangers. They're just playing for their pensions.
Yeah, cheers, mate. Good to speak to you. Speak to you soon, Jim.
All right.
Star.
We're behind our manager, and we'll always be behind our team, but our players need to start showing something. I mean, far, far more than what they're doing. But as I always say, onwards and upwards, guys. Thanks for taking my call.
It can only go one way, mate, if we're being honest, because that was awful.
Yep, no doubt.
Jim?
I'm going to say one word, disgruntled, and I'll leave it at that.
I get it, mate. It's been really disappointing in the last 6 days. I'll be sum up.
Terrible display. Terrible result. On behalf of all the Rangers players that played tonight, I'd like to apologise to all the Rangers support out there, because that was dreadful. If they're not going to apologise, I'll apologise for them, because that's just simply not good enough. But as you say, this is a baseline of depth, low. Let's hope we use this baseline to start going up the way again, mate.
Oh, it's so disappointing. Right, can I thank Jim? Poor Jim sorry. Bob, J.R., Derek, Blue Star for joining us, AK for doing the phones, Fox for doing the show, Albert for doing the front of the house. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back tomorrow night between 8 and 10. It could be interesting. Take it away, Foxy boy.